For most of my career, the truth about my expeditions was what the media decided to write about them. For a long time, that was the only truth. Not wrong, but incomplete.
Das ist die Welt von Solo-Bergsteiger Jost Kobusch.
3 Minuten nach 8:30, guten Morgen und Jost Kobusch.
Jost Kobusch. Jost Kobusch.
Jost Kobusch.
Jost Kobusch.
Jost Kobusch.
Jost Kobusch.
Look who is on the screen with me. Jost Kobusch.
1953, Hillary and Tenzing stand on top of the world. Fixed ropes, oxygen, big teeth. 1978, Messner and Haveler go without oxygen. 1980, the first winter ascent. Polished grit at its finest. Everest becomes crowded, commercialized, predictable. No oxygen, no Sherpa support. In winter, when winds reach 250 kilometers per hour. When Everest feels like 9,136 meters. Alone on the difficult West Ridge. This is about redefining what's possible. This is Jost Kobusch's Everest.
Cameras, lights, questions, and waiting. This is part of the job. People see the finished film, but you rarely see the process. Answers are repeated, moments selected, silence is cut away. This is not manipulation, it is editing. A story must fit into a format, a time slot, a broadcaster, and every decision shapes meaning. Being a professional alpinist today is not only about climbing, it is also about media. Television, radio, podcast, print. Media work finances expeditions. I'm not a mountain guide like many other alpinists. I do not earn my living by guiding clients up mountains. My main income comes from sponsors. And that means media work is a very important part of my job. If you see me often in the media, on television, in studios, posting on social media, commenting, it's not random. It's visibility. It's brand presence. It's... Because without that visibility, there is no expedition. Without that presence, there is no Everest project. When I was younger, I really enjoyed it. Being interviewed, being visible, sharing everything. But now, if you ask me honestly, I would prefer no media at all. I just want to climb. I want to focus on the project. And if there was a sponsor saying, hey Jost, look, here's everything you need, all the funding, but you don't need to publish anything. Actually, we don't want you to publish anything. No posts, no interviews, no media. I would happily say yes. But that's not the reality. Making a documentary involves a director asking you questions. And often that director will ask you similar questions until you say something that aligns with his vision for the documentary. And that doesn't mean it's a lie or it's not the truth. It just means it might not be my truth. So when I watch a documentary like this, it's strange because often I feel like, yes, it happened exactly like that, but it's not how I feel about it. And still, often I'm not the one deciding how the story is cut. Editors decide, producers decide, broadcasters decide. That is their responsibility. Also means the final version is not fully mine. And sometimes I ask myself, why do I tell the story at all? At the end of the day, I'm climbing a meaningless, ice-covered pile of rocks. The mountain does not care, the summit does not care. But when I tell the story, it gains another layer. It reaches people, it inspires.
Our Sergei is coming with us. Jost Kobusch is... Alter.
Oh.
Da. Hopp. Hopp. Oh, da sind sogar zwei dran. Cameraman also gets one.
When I was a young boy, I listened to stories of people going to high mountains. And in a simple, maybe even cheesy way, those stories inspired me to live fully. And their stories shaped me. weeks in advance, the schedule was fixed and we got 2 days for filming on Mont Blanc. And of course, I know how to pick a right weather window, but if you're working with schedules like that, you end up in challenging conditions. And then you need to make a narrative around why we're turning around, why maybe the weather changes quickly. But ultimately, this is a planning thing. A week earlier, weather would have been perfect to go to the summit and fly down, fly back home, have a good time. Now we are confronted with the reality of producing a documentary, which means everybody's here, we got 2 days to shoot, let's go. Yeah, the weather is really not nice. So I'm not super motivated and I'm thinking, I would not be here if we wouldn't be shooting a documentary. Yeah, but that's part of the job, I guess. And I get some training, so it's not that bad. Yeah, this rock here is loose actually, and I repeated it 3 times. Our main pillar is YouTube and everything else revolves around it. As I already mentioned, we want to start supporting it with a new TikTok channel. Do YouTube Shorts, Threads, X, LinkedIn, website blog, basically have the whole ecosystem that the Instagram Reels that we create, they stand out by themselves. Like you could see it's a Jost Reel, you know, like when you come across one. I mean, that would be the goal. Today, we are privileged. Athletes can publish their own perspective. Before that, the truth belonged to the media. Now, I can add another layer, not to correct anyone, but to compete with traditional media, to show what it feels like from the inside. Show the preparation, the exhaustion, the quiet moments. This series is my perspective, my pace, my truth, and now you can follow it as it unfolds.